Godfrey is there. Hello, Godfrey.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing?
Mike, I'm fine. I just wanted to share with you a little bit of outrage, though, felt by my daughter. You know, she's been out there 20 years in South Sudan. She's been there since they set the country up.
Wow.
A new Christian country that broke away from main Sudan. Anyway, she's there running a Christian medical mission.
Okay.
She set up her own charity, and she's currently dealing with three crises. She's got COVID sort of creeping into a medical centre now and giving her a lot of work to do.
Right.
She's also got a bit of a famine going on with a foul crop, and she's having to raise emergency funds to feed about 5,000 of her local villagers who without her wouldn't have food. But the worst thing of all, she said, is the traffickers who are turning up even in their remote villages.
Really?
I mean, 3,000 miles away from Libya. They're turning up with phones. You know, by the way, we're putting up masks everywhere, including in the poorest countries on earth. Right. I mean, we have to examine that with our consciousness, because she said social media has changed everything on the globe, absolutely everything.
Right.
And the best example of this is right now with the pull of illegal immigration. She said we are suffering from young kids being shown videos only this week, being shown that you get free trips around Liverpool Football Club that they idolise if you go to Europe.
Wow.
They're getting that in South Sudan, famine-ridden South Sudan.
But if the traffickers are doing that, presumably they're trying then to get money out of these kids, aren't they?
Oh yes, what they do is they get you to put into hock the only thing you've got over there that's worth anything, which is cattle. So your parents give up 2 or 3 cattle as a deposit, and then they tell you that the guaranteed jobs waiting for the kids will pay everything back. They'll have to work for a while and pay back their fares, and they will. Everything will be paid back in due course, and you'll be getting funds from Europe in next to no time. And roll out the videos showing everybody what a wonderful life. People staying in hotels in Britain automatically getting the rights to remain, etc. You know, I mean, the whole thing, she said, is a
shocker, isn't it?
It's a complete shocker and nonsense. She said, you know, put that with the fact, she said, there are now estimated by United Nations 400 million in poverty without sufficient food in Africa. 400 million this year. Right. There are 1 million young men parked in camps in Libya being treated to terrible enslavement conditions, waiting for a boat that's never going to arrive to take them across. Yeah. And she said the girls, God forbid, she said, the girls disappear and are never heard of again.
Yeah, I bet. It really is extraordinary. But this is why, basically, I said this the other day, the asylum rules, which were set up many, many moons ago, just don't apply anymore, and they have to be changed.
Complete and utter nonsense. They're on to the UN all the time about this, saying, you know, look, the asylum rules are absolute utter nonsense, because we're in an age of social media, she said, and you know, the likes of Bill Gates, the likes of your man at Facebook. I mean, they have free Facebook now in Africa.
Really?
I mean, it's all designed to give them access and everything else. But with it, of course, comes these unreasonable expectations that people have. I mean, no harm in it at one level, she said, but she said the reality is that, you know, we are feeding this monster. Yeah. And she said, you know, she's sick and tired of even the NGOs she know that used to camp out in the Calais jungle, giving people instructions on how to destroy their documentation and what to say when you get there to confuse and make sure you get asylum. Wow. She said, you know, these people, she said, they've got blood on their hands, she said, and I deal with it every day. She's spent 20 years of her life dedicated to these people at the coalface where it matters. I'm going to mention her charity. It's called indeedandtruth.org. Okay. Indeedandtruth.org. She's currently taking contributions for food, and not a penny of the money she gets goes on administration. She doesn't take a cent out of it for herself. She gets funded by a few wealthy people around the world who send her cash. Yeah. But every penny goes on food right now. She said they're desperate for it. They need another $50,000 or so to be able to buy it. They're buying truckloads of the stuff, and they have to pay top dollar for it and bring it across from Uganda or Kenya and feed people with it. I mean, that's the way that's the way life is at the moment.
It is. It's an incredible story, Godfrey. Thank you so much. I've got to run, but listen, do call us back. We'll talk some more about it. What an extraordinary